garden preparations. Let the little goat leaves eat the top off, and then I'll have the chickens come through after them and turn it all up and make it ready to go. Cuts down on the feed for them. Well, they don't get a lot of feed because they've got enough pasture for them, just little like they are. This one is always willing to come out and eat in the garden. The others, not so much. Once they're out here, they're always happy. But she willingly comes out of the fence without the others. The others like to go in pairs, but Malia, she's perfectly fine just doing her own little thing and not being bothered, having the whole buffet to herself. And these beds didn't get used last year, so they're just overgrown, so I have to be careful and not have her do too much at one time. Last year, I got these all-in-one 25 plant greenhouse kits. They were the Burpee eco-friendly, had organic seeds in them. Tractor Supply, they came in a box like this, and Tractor Supply put them on clearance for $2.99 at the end of the year. So I bought them because it did come with 100 organic seeds, 50 of each kind when it came to the peppers and to the tomatoes. So I went ahead and I bought, I think it was 4 or 5 of them, and I used 2 of them last year for my late season planting, and awesome. They really grew some awesome. It was the first time we had our brandywines do that well, and that's what they included in the kit was brandywines. But anyway, I kept the trays to use again this year because it comes with these little pods in it, and I figured, well, I'll figure out some way. Either I'll buy new pods or something, and I'll reuse them to start seeds next year. Well, it turns out that my little toilet paper rollers fit perfectly in the little round areas in the bottom. So they fit in there perfectly. They seat nicely, and then it keeps that raised spot just a little bit. Whoops, let me get that. Keeps that little raised area one spot where the water can flow through. So it works perfectly. So I was able to use my toilet paper rollers like I normally do, and I have my little container to keep the water flowing underneath so they can drink when they need it, and the little top on it. It comes with a little top. I don't know if you can see that. I got it underneath. Clear greenhouse like top to help them germinate. So worked out perfectly. A great homesteading on the cheap. So basically I still have some seeds from last year. I did buy some new ones this year. I always like to add some new ones every year just to keep everything going good. But I'll use some of my seeds from last year and the years before, and I bought just one little bag of organic starter mix, and that's it. The rest is all reused. So remember, gardening doesn't have to be expensive. A lot of people put a lot of money into it, and sometimes it's just not necessary to put that much into it. It's more about what you do with it than what you buy. Okay? But anyway, a little homesteading on the cheap, your toilet paper rollers, reusing little containers, and it also works with these that you can just buy at Walmart, these little kits. So people give me their stuff all the time because everybody knows I reuse stuff. So people will stop by and ask me, oh, do you need these? Perfect, you know. It's not a bad thing to get the reputation of the person that will reuse stuff, because people will ask you and people will come by and say, hey, I have this, do you need it or do you want it? And if you don't, just simply say thank you, but no thank you. Anyway, hope that helps somebody. Use those little toilet paper rollers, and there's a tray that I already filled with the starter soil. So I'll wet it and I'll get to planting. It's that time of year. Just love that time of year when it comes to planting and gardening.